Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome you to our first hitch class as part of our World Clydesdale show. So honored to be back here in Madison, Wisconsin, showcasing the gentle giants, our beautiful Clydesdales, going to be making their way in. The first class of the day is going to be our cart featuring the Gelding or the grade mare. We have a total of 19 entries that will be gracing the arena, and here they come. Welcome in our first hitch class of the World Clydesdale show.
That is also an announcer, arena mic. Your barn call will be off of that silver mic right there. They also have a barn call mic over a wireless mic.
In this class, you are going to see the ladies or the gentlemen driving. It is the Gelding cart. We'll be splitting it into two divisions. As they make their way in, our first 9 entries, I believe, will be in this first group. All right, the gates are going closed. Drivers, if you would, on the rail at the trot. And ladies and gentlemen, in this class, we have 3 judges that are going to be working the arena. Our 3 judges include Mr. Gerald Allebach, joining us from Pennsylvania, Ryan Black from Fergus, Ontario, Canada, and Mr. Jason Hansberger of Defiance, Ohio. Our hitches now working on the rail at the trot.
I need to run. Changing leads. They've got a wireless. So this silver mic is a barn call mic. They're doing it up here. They have a wireless handheld. Cody does down there. So he very well need that. In order to lift off the bottom. You're welcome.
And Mike, you are going to start our reverse in the corner, starting with Mike as you make your way around. This is the Perkins family, Glenview Clydesdale, starting our diagonal cut. This again is just the first division of our cart competition.
No, I'm going to take it.
Buck is going to come out, and you and he are going to eliminate a couple of them, send them back to the bar.
And down to the walk. Drivers, all walk your entries, please.
Get back done over with the banquet over next door. Yeah. Yep. Yes, don't get used to having room up here now. Because it's coming back. I just need it. Bring you back tomorrow.
And trot on, please. Back into the trot, drivers.
Because once we get in, are you doing all the hitch classes?
We still missing those few?
You are doing all the hitch classes?
One, I believe, is a scratch.
And Mike, you are going to start our lineup. Would you get down to our ring steward, please? We are going to be lining up starting with the Perkins entry, Glenview Clydesdales. Part of my mojo.
You're in charge. Oh no, you are now. You got two of them.
As our final entry makes their way into the arena, would you give them a nice round of applause? Round number 1 of our gelding or grade mare carts. As I said, in this class, you are seeing the ladies and the gentlemen doing the driving as well. We are incorporating a judging panel throughout our hitch classes here at the World Clydesdale Show. You will see that we have 3 gentlemen working in the arena as our official judges. They are also working with Mr. Hegeman, who is our official ring steward. We have Mr. Ken Seams, who is our official photographer. Now, a little different in this division as well. We are not going to be backing these entries. These entries are just coming in, working on the rail for our judges. Each judge, Mr. Allebach, Mr. Black, and Mr. Hansberger, turning in independent cards. We will enter them into the computer, and then we will tabulate the scores to find your overall class winners. We are going to be crowning our champions today in the hitch division, and in this class, just the first division for our gelding or grade mare cart. We have 10 more entries to come. Again, our judges are conferring. They are going to be, again, watching these horses working on the rail, studying the action, the movement. The gelding class, you're looking for a very animated, very powerful horse, but our ladies out there driving as well as the gentlemen doing an excellent job. 10 more entries to come in for those judges' review. As we invite you to join us throughout our day, a couple questions we had is about the food available. We do have plenty of food vendors available. It is over in the food pavilion, directly across from the New Holland Pavilion where our morning halter show was. So if you're looking for food, it's here in the corridor or in the pavilion for the food distributors. The class in front of us now, sponsored by Grandview Clydesdales. We appreciate the support of the Cobbs family. Grandview Clydesdale sponsoring our gelding or grade mare cart class. This just the first division. All right, we are going to excuse you out to the right. Chip, if you would make your way out first. We will be dismissing these sections. We will see some of them back in for our final placings, but at this time, sending them out for the next group to be coming in. We do have a great crew working out back to ensure that these horses get in and out safely. We're looking for a total of 19 entries. Our judges will be selecting your top 10 entries. All 3 of these gentlemen that are here in the arena have been part of a world show. They know the anticipation, the excitement, and the nerves that are happening with our drivers out there as they make their debut into the 2018 World Clydesdale Show. So in just a moment, as soon as it is safe, the next section will make their way in. And here come round number 2 into the arena. Our next section, the final section. Looking for a total of 10 entries in our second division. This class honoring our geldings or the grade mares. Looks like all the geldings are starting to make their way in round number 2. All right, it looks like we've had some scratches, so we are going on the rail at the trot. This is your second division. And Miss Amber, you are going to start our reverse in the corner. We are going to start with the McLaughlin entry in the corner. All right, drivers, making that diagonal cut. You will see that they do this without breaking stride. As they make their way across, they are getting an individual pass in front of our judges. Ultimately, they will change the direction that they are working. Everyone is working in the arena. Down to the walk, please. Walk your entries. And trot on. Back into the trot, please. And we are going to start lining up with the McLaughlin entry. Amber, you will start our lineup. Coming down to our ring steward. And our final entry making their way to the lineup, would you give them a nice round of applause? The second and final division to our gelding carts. A reminder to our exhibitors that our official photographer, Ken Seams, taking candids throughout our show, capturing the memories and the moments here in the arena of the World Clydesdale Show. As I said, our judges will not be backing the entries in the lineup. They are all going to be making their passes, making some decisions on who we are going to be seeing again, and then we will have our placings following their final decisions. Showing the versatility of our Clydesdales. Next will be the Western Riding in the adult division. Western Riding, you will be on deck. Throughout our World Clydesdale Show, we are going to be building up from the single horse, as you see in front of us now, to the ultimate 8-horse hitch, as we will welcome our final day of performances over the weekend. So everything being showcased here in the arena, from the single horse all the way through the 8-horse hitch competition, all honoring the beautiful Clydesdales. If you have a chance to look at those flags that are hanging around the arena, we do always want to send a special thank you out to our sponsors. All the sponsors, from the team members up to the gold and platinum and everyone in between, we thank you for your support, for making our Clydesdale Show a reality. We have worked for this show for the past few years, building the anticipation and gathering one of the largest group of Clydesdales in one spot to showcase and crown our world champions. This class kicking us off in style as we see our ladies and gentlemen driving the gelding carts. All right, we are going to start on the end. Tim, if you would make your way out to the right. We are going to be dismissing this group. If you would please make your way safely out. Give them a nice round of applause as they make their way out. Our second division, very nice showing of our geldings in the cart. Quite a class of international drivers representing the provinces and several states here in the U.S. We are sending round number 2 out of the arena. Round number 2 of the carts are now out of the arena. Well, I yeah, I don't know who it is. All right, we are going to have a drive off with 11 entries. We are going to bring our top 11 back in. Our judges each taking their place in a corner. Once again, we have Gerald and we have Jason and Ryan working in the arena. First time we've had a panel judge for every one of our classes, so this is kind of an intuitive new wave into working with our horse show. So we're going to see how it works. Great program. We're hoping everything comes through with our first class, but we are going to be bringing our top 11 back in, and they are going to drive off, and then we will place this class accordingly. In this class, we had 19 entries. Our judges have asked to see 11 entries back in. And from this field, we will be crowning our first world champion in the hitch division. Again, thanking Grandview Clydesdales, the Cobbs family, for their support of our class. And here comes your drive off. Pick yourself out a favorite, cheer them on. Just over halfway through, bringing 11 back in. All right, we are going to be closing the gates, drivers. It's going to be a little tight, but we want you to moving at the trot, please. Everybody moving at the trot. This is the drive off. Let's don't be quiet. Let's cheer them on as they make their way around. And Chip is going to start our reverse in the corner. Chip is going to start with a Hunting Creek entry. Again, making that diagonal cut without breaking stride, giving them an individual pass in front of our judges, ultimately changing the way that these horses are working. All right, we are now reversing our drive off. There's 12 entries on the drive off, and we are now reversing. On deck will be your Western riding. Down to the walk, please. Down to the walk. And trot on. Back into the trot drivers. Beginning with the express entry. Josh, you will be starting our lineup. We are going to be wall to wall with our carts as they make their way into the lineup. And just so you know, I do know how to count. They just threw an extra drive-off entry. So we had 12 of them out there. Give them all a nice round of applause. We are now ready to crown your world champion in the cart division. And now our judge is going to individually review each of these entries. Our top 12 entries now back in for our judges' review. Now that we have our drive off here in the arena, our judges will back each of these entries. We are going to, again, see these horses individually in front of our judge, and then our ring steward will be backing each of these entries for those judges. Again, in the days of horsepower, it was very vital and important that these horses, especially the draft horses moving the loads around the city and on the farms, had that reverse gear, that they could easily back any of the equipment. And that has continued into our performance classes here in the arena. Part of our judging, again, seeing how easily that horse backs, how well it responds to our driver, and how quickly it responds to our driver. While our judges are backing and reviewing these entries, I do want to introduce you and remind you of a special guest that is joining us. Author Mare is joining us from Scotland. She has written a book, and the book is called The Clydesdale, Workhorse of the World. It was published in 2011 and was so successful that the print run sold out within a year. Secondhand copies were fetching big prices online, and in 2016, Mare decided to write a new and totally updated edition. She is joining us. She is going to be available in the lobby from 1 to 4 each day. She has her book available, and she has special pricing, and she is here to autograph it. So if you are a collector of Clydesdale memorabilia, make sure to stop up in the concourse and visit with Mare Bromlow, joining us from Scotland and saluting her book, The Clydesdale, Workhorse of the World. And as I said, next class is going to be showing the versatility of our Clydesdales. The adult Western writing class will be next. Following that, we'll continue with our Mare Cart, the registered Mare Cart class. A total in that class that I believe we're going to have 3 or 4 heats, a very large class. And then we'll have our open tandem, our Mare tandem, and then we'll conclude today with our cart bred and owned by exhibitor. We do invite everyone to join us tonight in our banquet. Make sure you have your tickets to our banquet. Entertainment provided at the end, a great way to get together and visit with other Clydesdale enthusiasts. And the work of our exhibitors now done. It is in the hands of our judges. Each of our judges has a board. They are going to independently score this class. We will add these scores together, accumulate their scores, and come up with our overall winner. Again, thanking Grandview Clydesdales, the Cobbs family. They are the sponsors of our Gelding cart class. If you've not already picked up your commemorative show program, they are available at the top of the stairs right around on the concourse level. Your program cover, the beautiful artwork of Chris Marcus Stone, is available for your program $10, and it does have all of our classes, our sponsors, several beautiful ads throughout our program, but more importantly, giving you a list of all of our exhibitors showcasing their horses. So make sure to pick up your $10 official show program. As you look through your show program, many of our supporters listed in the program do have vendor spots here. Make sure to walk around the concourse all the way around and visit with those that are selling our horse apparel, our jewelry, the shoes, everything related to our horse industry. You will find it here on the concourse. So pay attention to those that are listed in your program and stop by and visit them. We are going to have the results for this class in just a moment. Our judges, again, making their final decision, and we will tally those scores. Awards will be made in just a moment. It's a little bit exciting up here. We've never had any of our draft horse shows do this kind of scoring. So our judges have each turned in an independent score. Julie has plugged those in. And if that magic printer works, we're going to be ready to announce our class and your first world champion. If it doesn't, we're going to punt. There will be no punting. We actually did get this taken care of. So in this class, we are going to have, in this division, we're going to have a few entries in reserve. In this class, we will have entries held in reserve. If you would go out to your right, we're going to open your gate. In reserve, entry 340, the Myers hitch with Timothy Myers. And in reserve, the Larson's hitch, number 669, with Cal exhibiting out to your right. All right, we are now ready for our placings, ladies and gentlemen. And if you would go out to your left, ladies and gentlemen, we do have our queens, Kaylee and Hannah, the beautiful queens representing your Clydesdale Breeders of the U.S. and your Canadian Clydesdale Association for the presentation. In 10th place today, entry number 939. 10th place is going to the Grandview Clydesdales. Karen exhibiting. In 9th place, entry number 609, that is the Stahlheim family. Andrew on the lines. 8th place is going to number 885, that is the entry of the Burger Barn. Louis exhibiting. In 7th place, number 868, McLaughlin Clydesdales with Amber. Sixth place to entry number 203, that is Hunting Creek with Mr. Chip Lawrence. Fifth place going to number 820, Boulder Bluff Clydesdales with Brittany doing the driving. Fourth place to entry number 240, Glenview Clydesdales, the Perkins family. Mike Love exhibiting. In third place today, entry number 791, that is Resting Spirit Clydesdales. Eric Guyman doing the driving. Second place, the reserve honors today going to entry number 168, the entry of Express Clydesdales of Yukon, Oklahoma, Mr. Josh Minchell exhibiting. And ladies and gentlemen, our first world champion of the hitch division of our World Clydesdale Show, entry number 794, the Carson Farms entry, James Kempfer doing the driving, and now your world champion. Our beautiful young lady is going to be presenting the ribbons, the award to James as he is capturing our first world title in the hitch division. Way to start the show, James. Nice smile on his face. Very great drive. Ken going to be capturing the memories and the moments here in the arena. Beautiful display. Our judges looking for a very animated, very powerful horse. Beautiful headset. You can see how that horse right now is using its head, using its ears, observing everything that's happening around them. As we present the awards, there's quite a bit to go out there, and we'll make sure they get that. So, James, if you would take a victory pass around. Ladies and gentlemen, your world champion in the gelding cart division. Congratulations to Carson Farms under the guidance of Mr. James Kempfer. Carson Farms, true supporters of our Clydesdale and our draft horse world. Nice to have them joining us from Listowel, Ontario, Canada, our first world champion of the day. Congratulations.